On, we'll have Stephen A. Smith reacting to the trade heard round the world. By now, you know the details. It was Luka Dončić for Anthony Davis, and it stopped the conversation everywhere. That is the 25-year-old Luka arriving in L.A.
Luka Doncic was supposed to be the face of the Dallas Mavericks for the next decade. He dragged them to the NBA Finals, played through injuries, and gave everything to the city. Yet, out of nowhere, he's now a Los Angeles Laker. The shocking trade that sent Luka to LA and Anthony Davis to Dallas has stunned the entire NBA world. Doncic himself was blindsided, his father furious, and Mavericks fans outraged. But why did this happen? What is the real story behind this blockbuster trade? Stay tuned because the details will leave you speechless. Luka Doncic's journey in Dallas was nothing short of legendary. At just 25 years old, he had already cemented himself as one of the NBA's most dominant forces. His numbers? Unbelievable. Last season alone, he averaged nearly 34 points, 10 assists, and 9 rebounds per game. He even dropped 73 points in a single game against Atlanta, one of the highest scoring performances in NBA history. But more than just stats, Doncic was the heart of the Mavericks. He played through injuries, led improbable playoff runs, and had the city of Dallas behind him every step of the way. Fans expected him to sign a massive supermax contract that would keep him in Dallas for the rest of his career. So why did the Mavericks trade him? Behind the scenes, things weren't as perfect as they seemed. Mavericks general manager Nico Harrison and Lakers GM Rob Pelinka had been working on this deal in secret for over a month. No leaks, no rumors, just quiet negotiations that would change the NBA landscape forever. The NBA has seen its fair share of shocking trades over the years, but few match the magnitude of Luka Doncic's departure. Some of the most famous superstar trades in history include Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to the Lakers. Milwaukee sent the league's most dominant big man to LA, where he went on to win 5 championships. Shaquille O'Neal to the Lakers. The Orlando Magic let their franchise star walk, leading to one of the most dominant dynasties in NBA history. Kevin Durant to the Warriors. Though technically a free agent signing, this move reshaped the league's balance of power for years. LeBron James to the Lakers. A move that revitalized the Lakers and eventually led to a championship. James Harden to the Nets. A star-studded super team was formed, but internal conflicts led to an early collapse. Kawhi Leonard to the Raptors, a high-risk trade that led Toronto to its first-ever NBA championship. Doncic's trade is just as shocking, if not more so, because of how unexpected it was. Unlike these other trades, there were no warning signs, no contract disputes, and no public dissatisfaction. He was the Mavericks' golden child. NBA history suggests that when an all-time great changes teams, it alters the entire league's landscape. The Mavericks now find themselves gambling that Davis can bring them what Doncic could not, an immediate championship. The NBA world was sent into chaos following the trade. Stars, analysts, and fans all had their say, and the reactions were explosive. Devin Booker.
Happened here, somebody told us on the bench, said Luka Garza. Who got traded? And I know Shea Garza.
Right, to Garza, right.
But, crazy.
Kevin Durant.
Insane, man. It's crazy. Yeah, I would have never thought Luka Doncic get traded at this age, mid-season. Yes, NBA is a wild place, man. If he can get traded, then anybody's up, for grabs, So, yes.
Patrick Mahomes. Wait, what? Tweeted immediately after hearing the trade. Charles Barkley.
Let me tell you something. The only people know Luka Doncic is the Dallas Mavericks. Guys who've been with him for years or who are around him every day. He's a great player. But all us talking heads, they know something. They must know something we don't know. Because, listen, he's been hurt. Everybody complains about his conditioning. But once you give a guy 5 years, $350 million, y'all are stuck together for life.
Tristan Thompson. Luka getting traded from Dallas has to have a deeper story behind it. This just doesn't happen randomly. Skip Bayless.
Wow. Luka to the Lakers. What? Anthony Davis to Dallas. Huh? Advantage Dallas, at least for now.
Stephen A. Smith.
But the fact of the matter is, Janae, the fact of the matter is, Big Perkins, you both know this. When you're a superstar, you don't get traded without being notified.
Facts.
You don't get traded.
You get consulted.
You don't get traded and get 9 figures subtracted from you. You don't get traded, not getting notified, getting 9 figures subtracted from you with no apology. We heard that Rob Pelinka spoke to Anthony Davis, then Rich Paul, then LeBron James. We ain't hear anything about Nico speaking to Luka.
The controversy is far from over. Mavericks fans are still fuming, with many demanding answers from the front office. They saw Doncic as the future, a player who could have defined an era in Dallas like Dirk Nowitzki did. For the Lakers, the pairing of Luka Dončić and LeBron James immediately makes them favorites for an NBA title. Doncic is younger and already one of the most elite offensive players in the game. The Lakers are betting that having him next to one of the greatest players in NBA history will be enough to bring another championship to LA. But what happens when LeBron eventually retires? Can Luka carry the franchise on his own in the spotlight of one of the most pressure-packed organizations in sports? For the Mavericks, the trade signals a bold shift in philosophy. Instead of building around a young offensive superstar, they've chosen to go all in on defense with Anthony Davis. The risk? Davis has an injury history, and if he can't stay healthy, this move could go down as one of the worst decisions in NBA history. Dallas is betting that Davis's defensive dominance will be the missing piece they need. But can he sustain his level of play long enough to lead the team deep into the playoffs? Mavericks fans are left wondering, did they just give away a generational talent for a short-term gamble? History has shown that some blockbuster trades have led to immediate success, while others have been disasters. The Brooklyn Nets' 2013 trade for Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett set the franchise back years, costing them draft picks and future potential. The Lakers' trade for Dwight Howard in 2012 was supposed to be a dynasty move, but injuries and chemistry issues made it a failure. The Thunder trading James Harden in 2012 is still considered one of the biggest mistakes in NBA history. If Anthony Davis fails to bring a championship to Dallas, this move could be remembered in the same way. But if it works, the Mavericks could be hailed as geniuses who made the tough call to build a defensive juggernaut. So what happens next? The Lakers now have the deadliest duo in basketball, LeBron and Luka. But will this move bring another championship to LA, or will it end in disaster? Meanwhile, Dallas is gambling everything on Anthony Davis. Can he stay healthy and lead the Mavericks to a title? Or will this trade go down as one of the worst in NBA history? Mavericks fans will watch every move closely, hoping their team didn't just make a colossal mistake. Lakers fans, on the other hand, are dreaming of championship parades. But one thing is clear, the NBA is unpredictable, and the consequences of this trade will be felt for years to come. And the biggest question remains, did the Mavericks just make the biggest mistake in franchise history? Or will this trade somehow work in their favor? Only time will tell.